A lot of people think, oh, you're in your 30s, testosterone's probably still where it should be. Oftentimes it's not. We have guys at Game Day Men's Health in their 20s that come in.
What up, big dog?
What's happening?
Ain't nothing much, man. How's everything with you?
It's good, man. Just was cooking up in the kitchen, making some beef stew for later tonight.
I could dig it. Yeah, my wife is in the kitchen right now cooking some steak and some veggies, and I don't know what else she's making with it though.
Do you like to cook personally?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
my food, because I like the way my wife can cook. So sometimes when she preps my food, she'll do things to try to spice it up and make it good, which it does. But I'm so anal. I don't even be caring about flavor and stuff like that.
I'm the same way.
She's like, you eat shit so bland, you don't care. And I'm like, I don't really be caring, you know what I'm saying? Because I just need to eat it, you know what I'm saying?
It's easier that way. I cook my chicken on the grill every time, and I use salt, pepper, garlic. Basic, simple, but I'm not tired of it, so I'm gonna keep doing it like that.
I mean, because I look at it like this: for the type of lifestyle that we live, it's more important for us to get what we need, because we have our opportunities when we can eat outside of our meal plan. And for me, that's what I look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking for flavor and stuff. So you know what's funny? When I go for a free meal and I hate it, I'd be feeling like it's a fucking waste, bro. I waited all that time for that whack ass food.
Yep. You know what gets me too? When at the beginning of the week when you're like, all right, I know what I'm gonna have for my free meal Friday, Saturday come around and the restaurant or whatever it is closed, bro. That gets me. I can't pivot from it.
Yeah, because it's like you've been anticipating that the whole week, and then that week come around, and you're just like, and then you know what's funny too? Because I've had to explain this to my wife a couple times. That type of anger is different because you've been waiting so long for that. It's like you don't give a fuck about nothing, and some people don't understand. Some people like, well, just get something else. And it's like, no, you don't fucking get it, because I don't eat like this all the time. So when I do, I want what I want. And when I can't get what I want, it's a whole ass attitude. I'll be fucking
up. The night's ruined. I'll be like, the night's fucking over. I'm just gonna go to bed. Sorry, I'm going to bed.
Straight up.
I think the other week I really wanted Chinese, and we have this one spot that I really like it from.
Yeah.
And they went on vacation. I actually think they went on vacation for a week and a half, and they're like, we're gonna be closed for a week and a half. And I was like, I can't get Chinese from anywhere else. I was pissed. I was like, you're gonna go on, the whole family's going on vacation. Not one of you is gonna stay back and cook food and keep the rest.
And I could only imagine, because where you live in Maine, it's not like there's probably a lot of places where you could go for that type of food that you want. It's not to say that there aren't any other Asian restaurants, but you have what you like. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I wanted. Yeah. It's got me pissed off.
I can dig it.
But how's life been? How's life been lately this last week?
You know what, man? Life is always good. I always say every day above ground is a great day. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be lying if I said that, since I've gotten back from Japan, things haven't been going as I expected. But that's not to say that things are bad. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding is one of those interesting sports. The longer you stay in it, the more of a perspective I think you have. And, I'm kind of gotten back into a place where I'm trying to not necessarily pivot, but make sure my son is good in school, make sure my daughter's good in the high school. And, it's been a little bit tough. But then, just to be a little bit more transparent, I was in a rut starting the middle of last month.
Yeah.
With the situation that happened with Charlie Kirk, it's like America went into a fucking anger vessel. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get off the internet because I started to get angry at people that I know are good people. And then I just started to I didn't want to start responding out of anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
we live in a country where I always say we live in the same country, but we come from two different worlds. And it's very possible my heroes might not be your heroes and vice versa. And I understand that. So, I went on a social media break and I haven't done that in years. And I've been wanting to do it for a while because it's good sometimes to just not feel like I got to pull out my phone and record every fucking thing I'm doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So from that standpoint, it's been kind of cool just being a human and not worrying about posting and things like that. And in a couple of days after I take my social media hiatus, the athlete manager from Action Sledge calls me and tells me that they're dropping me because of my Facebook post. And I'm like, my Facebook post? I didn't even say anything bad. I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't celebrate what happened to Charlie. I mean, because what happened to him was tragic. I would never wish death on my worst enemy. So I wouldn't wish death on nobody.
Yeah.
But I can't even say he was somebody I hated either. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, hate takes too much energy.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason why I just had to get off, because then I just started to see a lot of things that was disturbing my peace. And it was just better for me to just remove myself so that I didn't get into that divisiveness. Like, I don't want to get involved with it,
Yeah.
especially in today's climate of the politics. People are people are directly, indirectly disrespecting people and getting away with it because they're putting liberal and conservative in front of it. And first and foremost, I'm American first before any ideology, anything. And I'm able to compartmentalize things. And I watch a lot of things. I like to learn. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we should all be the same kind of people, but it's kind of ironic how a company that supposedly prides themselves in being American and freedom and having freedom of speech clips me because people were complaining about my Facebook post. And in my Facebook post, I didn't say anything. I didn't even delete anything. So if
Yeah.
anybody wants to go check my Facebook post and see what I said, go right on ahead. And if somebody wants to ask me questions and have dialogue on it, I'm more than welcome to. But I kind of look at life like we are products of our decisions, right? And I'm gonna use bodybuilding as an example. When we decide, and I'm gonna speak for myself, when I decided to be competitive in bodybuilding and I wanted to cross over into the dark side and I wanted to start using PEDs, I know what else can come with that,
Yeah.
right? It's a risk. We're playing with our hormones. And with anything you do in life, there's a risk. Think about the football players who play football, make it to the NFL, and unfortunate tragic shit happens and you get paralyzed from the neck down. We all saw what happened to Damar Hamlin. It's kind of like when you pick a path, sometimes you don't really get to dictate your karma and what happens to you. You know what I'm saying? And when you become a public figure and you start speaking and you're traveling the world and you're saying things that are getting one group aroused, and you're saying things that gets another group aroused, those things cause friction, and unfortunately bad things can happen. And it's unfortunate that that happened to him. And I spoke my piece on it, and come to find out that a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people lost opportunities over that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you are a fan of Charlie Kirk and you have an issue with what someone says and you don't want to have dialogue on it, you're a hypocrite.
For sure. For sure.
You don't even really, you're a follower. And we live in a generation now where me and you are considered credible people. I can put out false information, bro, and people are gonna run with it. I
Yeah.
can literally say I drink tomato paste and that's how I grew my muscles. There
Yeah.
are gonna be people who are gonna go buy tomato paste because I said that's what I fucking use to grow my muscles.
For sure.
And it's just sad, man, because when I got dropped from Action Sledge, it hurt. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I was there for like 6 years and I felt like I had developed some relationships with people there that I thought I was friends with. But, obviously, I was reminded quickly that I was just a number and I was nothing and I was nobody. But at the same time, I kind of knew those things and I kind of looked past them. And then when I start looking
Right.
back at a lot of things that I've experienced in my time with Action Sledge, I kind of looked past a lot of things.
Yeah.
and it is what it is. It was a learning experience for me. I don't hate anybody over there, but I definitely lost respect for quite a few people over
Yeah.
there. And I don't, it's not a beef or anything like that. I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me to be a company like that and to not even have any dialogue with me, or but which makes me believe that that's not really what it was. I
Right.
got clipped for something else. I'll never know, because like I said, I only spoke to one person, and the last thing he said to me is that he said, "I still like you, Doug. I don't hate you." And that
Mm.
made me feel like, damn, so some people over there hate me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And it's like, if that's how you feel, cool. I know ain't nobody over there going to do a motherfucking thing to me. I know that.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want no smoke. Um, but I don't even think it's at that point, because it ain't even that point with me. The kind of person that I am is like, you drew a line in the sand, and I'm gonna stick to that.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people who did reach out to me, and all the athletes that are still there that let me know how they felt about the situation. I appreciate them people reaching out to me. I didn't hear from everybody. I'm kind of like giving myself some time, just because the way my mind works too is I don't want to see nothing they're doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So a lot of people got blocked, unfollowed. That's just how I am. It ain't personal. If I blocked you, I don't fuck with you. That's a
Yeah.
flat out right there. If I block you, please don't try to speak to me when you see me. Just keep it moving. But for those people that I didn't block and I didn't unfollow, but I didn't hear from them, I'm hoping that I do at some point in some kind of way, because I don't
Yeah.
know how everybody feels about me at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what was said and what was told. But if anybody goes and look at my Facebook, you can see I didn't say nothing bad. I didn't champion what happened to Charlie Kirk. The person who did that's a coward. I don't believe in doing shit like that. You know, we all have our differences, and we should be allowed to speak however we feel. And I'm an open-minded person. It's very hard to um, offend me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, you have to purposely be trying to offend me. But having dialogue and things like that, I can sit down with a white supremacist. I can sit down with a neo-Nazi and not want to rip their fucking head off. You
For
understand?
sure.
Because I can listen and I can learn. Because most of the times, most people, we all have prejudices. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll speak for myself. I'm gonna give you an example. This is real shit. This was when I was selling life and health insurance, maybe about like 17 years ago. And where I live in Pennsylvania, I live in Allegheny County, and there's another county called Butler right up the way. And I'll never forget, it's a rural area in Pennsylvania. So I'm with my mentor who's teaching me how to sell life and health insurance. White Italian dude, super cool, super smooth. But we pull up to this house in the boonies, bro. And this dude has a big ass Confederate flag hanging off his house. So what do I automatically assume, right? Because I have my prejudices, and when I see stuff like that, I can't help but think like, damn, this motherfucker racist. And we're out in the boonies, like we're not even nowhere close to the city. So that was a situation where I could have allowed my prejudice to not allow me to meet this person, or I
Right.
could be open minded and allow myself to at least give that person a chance. That if they don't like me, I gave them that chance, and hopefully I can make it home. But long story short, bro, coolest fucking dude ever, bro. Offered us
Yeah.
beer, kicked it with us. Like, I had no, if he was racist, I couldn't tell. You
Right.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I also knew that that wasn't the time nor the proper place to have a conversation about his flag. You know what I'm saying? I
For
respected
sure.
that. That was his house. I'm not that kind of a person to be wanting to have them kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool, because that was one of them times where I realized that we all have our prejudices, and sometimes we're going to look at people and we're going to assume things, but I never want to be the kind of person to allow that to dictate my relationship with somebody, or
Yeah.
to be like, to not give someone an opportunity to show me that they're not what I think they are. You understand?
Yep.
But I also know that everybody's not like me in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know how many times I've been to somebody's house, and after hearing me talk for 5 minutes, the first thing they say to me is, "Wow, you speak very well." As if I shouldn't speak very well. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not naive to think that we don't have prejudices. We all do. And I think that Well, I think that in America right now, we have to stop acting like it's a bad thing if you assume something about somebody. But when you
Yeah.
start treating people differently because of how they look or their religion or something like that, yeah, you got an issue. Because I don't care if you want to slit your tongue down the middle, cut your nose off, and be a lizard. I don't give a fuck how you want to live your life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for anybody living their life however they want, but I'm also not gonna pretend, and I'm also always gonna speak my mind and be respectful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's just unfortunate right now in this climate, like, some people just don't know how. Some people don't know how to listen to understand. Most people listen to rebuttal, and I
For
listen
sure.
to understand because
That's
I don't have to agree with you to understand. Another example I love to give is you have people who are pro-life and people who are pro-death. Me, I'm for the death penalty, right? I feel like eye for an eye. You understand? But not everybody feels like that. But for those people who don't can understand this, right? I have a daughter. You have a daughter, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you a question. If some man rapes your daughter and you catch that motherfucker and you do what you do with them, I'm sure people who are against the death penalty will understand. They still might not agree with it. They might say, you know what? I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have killed that man, but I can understand a father having to
I'm
deal
going.
with that.
yeah.
I'm going to fucking jail.
Yeah, it's the
Of
same.
course.
You know what I'm
I'm,
saying?
Of
I'm
I'm going to jail.
I am going to motherfucking jail.
You
course.
understand? So that's what I mean is like you can be against the death penalty, but you can understand a situation like that.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have done it, but I understand why he did that. And
I,
until we can get to that place in this country, we will never see progress in regards to just people just having integrity and just treating people like you want to be treated. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I agree. I agree with you. I think that when you can sit down with a person and be open and listen,
Mhm.
um, we find out that we have way more in common across the board
Facts.
than we think we do. But like
Facts.
you said, today people don't necessarily want to learn and listen. They want to hear to rebuttal their point and their viewpoints. And I think that's the biggest problem. And social media perpetuates that, right? It allows people to stay in their own echo chamber, only hear what they want to hear, and only only ever hear their side, and only ever speak against somebody, and never learn and take that in. So I do think that social media, man, it's such a double-edged sword. And
It is, bro, because it's so good,
and
but it could be so toxic.
yeah, and
And that was my point. And that was why I had to step away, man, because it's like one thing about me is too, I was very familiar with him. So I was familiar with a lot of things that he talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, bro, I watched the neo-Nazi documentary on Netflix, the KKK documentary. I like to learn everything. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm above learning things that I'm interested in. And I can also look at things from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's like growing up in America, we have two different worlds. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what your skin color is, right? I know some white people that grew up in the hood and people like, oh, he think he black. Nah, he don't think he black. He just grew up in a black environment. Nobody's thinking anything. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't help the way that he grew up and where he grew up at. You know what I'm saying? And we do the same thing, unfortunately, with black people who grew up in white neighborhoods. Oh, he think he white or she thinks she white. Nah, that's where the fuck they grew up, bro. Some people don't control that. Like
sure.
you don't know what family you're coming into. You don't have no control over the area you grow up in. You grow up where you grow up. You know what
Dude,
I'm saying?
I grew up in that area. Like, no joke. Half my friends are friggin' Spanish or black guys. They
Yep.
don't fucking matter to me. I've always
Exactly.
grown up and I've always looked at, I don't look at people as skin color. I
Mm-hmm.
don't fucking care less about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Mm-hmm.
cool, you're cool.
Facts.
That's all
It's
that
the
matters
same
to me.
way. Like I don't care if let's say Mike, you want to be, let's say you have an episode and now you want to be called Mary. I'm gonna call you Mary out of respect. But that's you. I'm not ever gonna call you a woman, and I don't mean no disrespect to nobody out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I will respect you and your wishes and how you want to live, but I'm also not gonna pretend at the same time. You know, and I don't care how you want to live your life. I don't care about your sexuality. And that's what's crazy to me too. Is I'm like, we live in a time now where people still be hiding that shit. Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about your sexuality at this point.
Bro, if you're gay, you're gay. I don't care.
I
really don't care.
Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Like, you don't gotta tell me, you don't gotta show me, none of that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Care. Yeah. Speaking of not of gay, but speaking of people not understanding other people's perspectives, one of the things I want to talk about tonight is why are bodybuilding fans so fucking terrible?
Man.
Like, bro, it's to a point that it's just toxic.
It's bad.
That's the internet, right? What gets clicks and views? Drama, negativity, all that stuff is what drives social media now, bro. And it's sad because people eat it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I even hear it at my gym. Oh, did you see Derek Lunsford's arms? He had the worst arms. And it's like, bro, it's called bodybuilding. Now, I get it. Do other people have better arms than Derek? Yeah, but other people have better legs than Arnold Schwarzenegger. So what the fuck are you saying? I mean, you can go through every previous Olympia winner. You can find a flaw. You could find something that somebody else has better. At the end of the day, we always say it. It comes down to what the judges want.
Yep.
Well, that's a problem too. So many people are giving like Derek hate right now, and that wasn't Derek's decision.
Exactly. He didn't.
Like, hello, the judges made the call. Derek didn't make the call. Nick didn't make the call. Andrew didn't make the call. Like, stop.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I feel like I'm neither here nor there with who wins. You could have made an argument for any three of those top three. I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
But to take away the biggest moment in somebody's life, and to downplay it into this like, he's soft, he's ice cream, he's this, he's that, he's the worst Olympian ever. Bro, this man has won at every level. And if there's a bodybuilding Hall of Fame, he's already in it. You know,
if I'm not mistaken, he's never placed anything underneath 5, right?
Yeah.
Like never.
Mm-hmm.
Like never. So people who say shit like that, I just be like, what's your resume? That's all I ask. So what have you
do your homework?
Yeah, sure. Like what have you done? I mean, because we're all entitled to our opinions. I mean, you can have your opinion, but your opinion has no value when you don't understand what we understand.
Exactly.
You know, you can say whatever you want, but he can retire right now. He will go down as one of the greatest bodybuilders to ever get on fucking stage.
100%.
Period. And there's nothing anybody can say about it. Oh, he didn't get 4 like Jay. He won both divisions.
He won both divisions. He's won Pittsburgh. He's won the Arnold.
All in 1 year.
In 1 year.
He can retire and be like, let me see somebody else do it. Let's see how long it takes.
I don't give a shit.
Else to do that.
I don't give a shit if you don't like him. I don't give a shit if you don't like him personally or his beliefs or anything like that. But what he has done as a bodybuilder, you cannot fucking ignore that.
See, and I love when I hear that.
Straight up facts.
Because you're able to do. I can personally not like you. I can not like things about you, but if you're good, you're good, and I ain't never gonna hate on that motherfucking talent. You understand? No, like I cannot like you personally, but be like, damn, he fucking look good. You can't. To me, you just can't hate on that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you, and I think one of the problems is like you said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Have your opinion, whatever. Like who you like, but when it comes down to criteria of judging. If you don't understand what the judges are looking for, what the criteria of bodybuilding is, it's not just when you hit a front double bicep, it's not just the biceps, right? Like they're looking at the thickness of the legs, they're looking at skin quality.
And I heard some people saying that, like, Like, isn't it called a front double bicep? Derek's biceps aren't even that good. And I'm like, bro, that's just the pose. But you're looking at everything no matter what pose you fucking do.
Everything. Yeah, not to mention he tore a partial pec fucking 3-4 weeks out.
Oh shit. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. And like I see it just like not even in men's open, right? Like I'm neither here nor there with Mike Sommerfeld, but people just going at him like he's the one who cheated the system the other year. Like, bro, he's not hiding himself in. The organization hides him in and says, hey, buddy, you're good to go. That's the height you are. Go ahead. You think he's going to go, hold up a second. I'm an inch shorter, so why don't you guys remeasure that and let me push my weight down another 10 pounds?
I know, right?
You're good to go. Of course he's going to compete at that. That's not his fault.
Nope, not his fault.
This is a problem. Like, social media has gotten so out of control where these people are blaming the athletes when it's not even the athletes that are making the fucking decisions. Like,
too many people
knock it off, dude. Knock it off.
Too many people have opinions. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, man. It's just so
especially with us being on a podcast. Like, we're gonna have opinions.
Yes.
We're rightfully so entitled to our opinions.
Yes.
But on this matter, this is 100% a topic that needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
Is that these athletes, especially you guys at the pro level, like, dude, come on. Like, what are we fucking doing here? Like, what are we literally doing here?
Yeah. I know in everybody even at the top amateur level, right? Like, these are world-class physiques we're talking about. So like to downplay anyone's accomplishment, it's like when when they talk about Scalabrini, right? And they're like, yo, he's a bench warmer, he's trash, he's garbage player. Like, bro, you're talking about a dude that will come to your men's league and
dunk on every fucking night.
Yeah. He will fucking school. He will take on 3 guys at once and school you.
That's real.
It's this like it's this self-entitlement that people get from having social media. Just say whatever the fuck they want out of their mouth because they have the platform to do it and nobody's there to check them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, I just don't understand like why. I mean, getting on social media is honestly tiring at this point. Like, opening a comment section, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
My last month being off has been so refreshing to the point where, like, I don't even want to come back on. But I have, over the past month, have had, I couldn't even tell you how many DMs I got on Facebook, Instagram, text messages, phone calls of people just checking on me just to make sure I'm cool. And I appreciate that. Even Chris checked on me. You know what I'm saying? I talk to you guys all the time. I stayed active just to respond to people, but I didn't really want to look at my timeline, man. And it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Damned if you do, you damned if you don't. For us as bodybuilders who like the sport and we like to compete and we like to share our information and we have sponsor companies and things like that, it's a good thing for us to be on there. But my brain is just like my body and my muscles. I have to be careful what I allow myself to see and mentally digest, because too much negativity just gets me in a bad mood. And I don't like to be in a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I don't, it's just sad too, man. Just like you said, like, think about this too. Most people don't even really respect the professional bodybuilders now, like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember going into gyms and you would be afraid to ask a professional bodybuilder while he's training for any fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like any fucking thing. You don't even speak to this motherfucker. You speak to the training partner and you ask the training partner if it's cool, if you can get a picture when they're done. You know what I'm saying?
Like, well, here's a problem, Doug, is that everyone is fucking like downplayed people turning pro. They're like, oh, they're fucking handing out too many pro. Well, you need to also understand something. There's fucking, between the male and the female, there's 11 divisions.
Yeah.
Dude, 20 years ago, there was only like fucking 3 divisions total.
Yeah, when there was just
like, obviously there's going to be more pro cards being given out. Yeah. Obviously there's going to be more pros. but people have downgraded people turning pro. And I'm like, do you still, like, if you know anything about fucking bodybuilding, you know that shit, especially not discrediting any females or anything like that, but especially on the male side, do you know how fucking hard it is to turn pro in the open? Like,
listen,
middleweight,
and
open, heavyweight,
like
heavyweight, supers.
No disrespect in other divisions, but light heavy, super,
forget it.
Fuck.
Forget it, dude. Fuck it. And that,
fuck.
like, yeah, you don't get me wrong. You might go into a regional show, qualify, and mop the fucking floor. But when you show up to nationals, it's a different fucking story, man. I'm sorry. You're going against guys that are as good as you or even fucking way better than you.
Yeah.
So to discredit any male or female on both sides, I'm going to say that. You discredit them, you need to be punched in the fucking throat.
Yeah, I agree. Because nothing about bodybuilding is easy. Especially when you're good. You know, like a lot of the young guys, I always talk to them and I say, listen, man, the goal should be longevity, especially when you're in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Because all of these dudes see Nick Walker, they see Derek Lunsford, and I'm like, you will not be that. You will not. You don't know what these dudes did. You don't know their support systems. You know what I'm saying? The hard times with the support systems. You know, I heard Samson say before he got his deal with Hostile, he was thinking of hanging it up. Literally. Like, people don't really understand the sacrifices that people make in bodybuilding just to hope to win a show one day. You know how many bodybuilders flat out said to me, Doug, I don't know why you ain't retired yet. I make it to the Olympia one time, I'm fucking done. I swear to God. So many bodybuilders are like, I just want to go one time.
Why wouldn't you want to go two times?
Like, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I want to go every time.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah.
I don't understand it. I really
Me
don't
either.
And it's this goes to another subject too of like how many people are in this fucking sport for the wrong reason.
Yep.
Well, I'll speak on that. A lot.
Please.
A lot.
You
know, I have this conversation with clients all the time because one of the questions I hate the most is,
do you think I can turn pro?
Do you think I can win? Do you think I can win?
Yeah, how long do you think till I can turn pro? That'd be the question for me. I'm like, bro, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you think I can win this class? What class do you think I have the best chance at winning in? Like, that's such a crazy question to me. Like my first show, I didn't fucking care if I won. I just wanted to look like I belong. I just want to look like I belong.
God, that was my goal from the gate. Just don't look like you ain't supposed to be.
I don't want to look like a bag of dicks. That's all I was concerned about.
That's it.
Do I belong up here? Yes or no?
Once I realized like I look like I belong, okay, now what we gotta do to place better? That was my thought process.
Yep. You took baby steps, and that's why. It's what I tell people, and I know you tell your clients. You got to love the process more than the destination, dude.
Yeah.
If all you care about is the destination, you're never going to get there because you don't know what you're going to have to go through to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a tough one. Like, I feel like
you're going to lose way more than you win.
Facts.
For sure. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, like telling clients this every prep, every whatever. But like you just, and it's cliche. You have to love it. We say you have to love it. Man, I don't know how else to explain that. You just fucking have to love every aspect of it. You have to love eating too much. You have to love not eating enough. You have to love training. You have to love the recovery.
Oh, shit.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Man. He says he wasn't coming on.
Man, I was supposed to, bro. I haven't trained since Wednesday.
Well, that's good. You got to let your body get some kind of rest.
Let's go.
I lost almost 20 pounds since Wednesday, bro.
Wow.
That's just inflammation and.
I got food poisoning.
Oh, you got sick.
Damn.
Okay.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I feel better today. Like my stomach's better today.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I wasn't
Dude,
ready to train.
Was it that engine place that you went to?
Dude, so could have been, but I honestly think one of my friends down here, it's a girl, she used to have like a baking company, and she baked me these like Oreo cheesecake brownies, and I had that after the burger. And I think there might have been something wrong in the cheesecake or something off in that dairy part of it, because that's like my favorite shit in the world, and it was banging. But like I have one in my freezer still, and when I look at it and like the thought of it, like my tongue starts to curl in my mouth, bro.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Yeah,
No,
don't need
I
it.
can't. No, so
I
I
got you
just
when I
went
come
and
down.
picked up some fucking today. Like, dude, I'm trying to put weight back on, so I just went and picked up a burrito, some nachos, and some churros, bro. I'm about to smack this shit right now.
This man has a bad stomach. He's about to eat a burrito, nachos, and churros.
Yeah, bro. You know what's weird?
I love you, dude.
You know what's weird, bro? Is like the dirtier food sits easier right now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So
Like,
Pete, I got a
Dude, it's the
client who's like
grease.
that.
Dude,
So
it's the grease.
I made a meal
easier.
plan for a client, and he's one of them like super smart motherfuckers. And he kept telling me like, dude, I think I'm eating too much nutritious food. And I'm like, how, bro? That don't even make sense.
Mhm.
He's like, no, I just feel better if I throw a little bit of dirty shit in my food. So I let him do it, and shit's working.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm like, I ain't never met nobody like you who even knew that, who even could even articulate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm taking my first deload in like 2 years.
What?
Sweet, yeah.
I could deload, bro.
You don't deload?
My body
I
just feels
never deload.
it just feels beat up,
So
and I'm not recovering well.
So since you don't deload,
You better
do
be
you
ready
give
in
yourself
fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, do you
That's
give
what I'm trying
yourself
to
a
do.
week off, 2 weeks off?
I'm probably
You
gonna
guys
train
can mix.
Tuesday, Wednesday, but it'll be light. But like today, I usually train Monday. I took the whole day off, so I'll probably only train like 2 days this week, and nothing like close to failure. And just like, bro, my shoulder, my back, everything just doesn't feel very good right now.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
I
you look
just
good on stage on Saturday.
what's
I
that?
just adjust my volume, bro. Like I never really need a deload. If like I'm feeling beat up, I just scale back my volume.
So
You still
you
train
don't even
failure?
take a week off of training or
Dude,
2
I
weeks?
haven't. This is the longest I've taken off of training since I got salmonella in 2018.
That's crazy, bro. What the fuck? Do you know that if you just give yourself a week of just
I
break,
can't.
like
I
you
hate it. I fucking
can.
hate it. I've been
I
going
hate it.
fucking
It's
crazy, bro.
mental, but
Nah,
your muscles, your
Yeah.
joints. Oh my god! I
He's
used
Luke's
to
not
still
be
old
like,
young.
enough yet.
He's still
Luke's
young.
not old
He's
enough.
listen.
He's
I
fucking
swear to
20.
God, I used to be like that. My coach
28.
started making me take deloads and then giving me a week off. I never passed that shit up now because I
Hey, when
always
he's
come back the following week stronger, and I just feel the pumps
dude,
feel way better.
I have deloaded before. Like it's not like I've never done it.
Yeah,
I've deloaded before,
it's
and
just not a
I
priority.
didn't get that effect at all. The
No.
only time, so there was one time it kind of it was during COVID, and I was training in my garage. I built a gym in my garage, and I was just doing heavy barbell everything,
Mhm.
right? So my shoulders and elbows were getting kind of beat up. So I took a week and I scaled, and I didn't take training off, but I did everything like 5 to 6 reps in reserve, like super
Yeah.
easy.
Mhm.
And then the next week I felt myself coming back a little bit. But
Mhm.
usually then I would start to do that anytime I started to feel any kind of bumps, bruises, niggles, shit like that. And I never got that like bounce back of strength or like reinvigoration and motivation or
Yeah,
none of
you
that,
are
bro.
young though. I'm old as fucking
Yeah, I
molasses.
mean I just
That's
turned
the thing.
28, so
Yeah,
like
you're a fucking
Yeah.
baby.
I didn't take it.
I'm sure when I'm 38 that's gonna be very
Yeah.
different, but
I didn't take a deload till I was like 34.
yeah, bro.
Damn. Is that Chipotle?
Bro, there's this like fire little hole in the wall Mexican place over here.
That was
oh,
fire.
that's the best.
Yeah, bro.
Matter of fact, when I come down, You're gonna have to find me a good like Puerto Rican spot.
We're gonna fucking eat, bro.
Oh hell yeah! I gotta put all this fucking weight back on, dog.
Yeah, for real.
I was fucking 255 on fucking Wednesday.
Damn.
I was fucking 237 this morning, bro.
What?
Yep.
That's scary. That's kind of scary.
Bro,
That is scary.
I just took my first piss in 4 days.
What?
Because it's coming out my fucking asshole, bro. Everything I drink or eat comes right out the back. It's fucked up. This shit's crazy, bro.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I hope that fucking burrito's cooked through.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Me too. But at this point, I take my fucking chances, bro. I feel so goddamn small.
Yeah. Damn. 230.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Food poisoning and anything with the stomach. I don't even like when my stomach feels bloated too often.
No, it's the fucking worst. I was 247 on stage, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is nuts.
Piss me off. This is fire, though.
Well, I guarantee when you go back to the gym, you're gonna lift like a fucking Mack truck.
Who won the Mexico?
Tonio.
Regan finished second. He beat Sean.
What? So he
Barrel got like last place, right?
Who did?
He was like 10th or something like that.
Who got last?
Brandon Barrow.
Oh, my boy Barrow.
They had a bunch of people that he did look good.
I didn't see his stage picks. I haven't
seen any stage. Yeah.
Bill was judging too.
Was he?
Was judging?
Yeah, Bill was judging.
Do you guys know why so many did not participate? Like, did you see the scorecard at the bottom?
TNS.
Yeah.
TNS.
I don't know.
I didn't see that.
It was like 5 people.
Did not show.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. And then who won the British Grand Prix?
Chrizzo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yo, that Johan kid, bro.
He looks nasty.
That kid is crazy.
I watched the live stream because they had a free live stream. Shout out to them for that. It was horribly done, but shout out to them for it being free. He looked crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He looks good.
He's got to get the back to match the front even a little, and he's got to get in shape.
Yeah.
But from the front, that is a top 3 physique in the world, bro.
For real.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Those legs and that waistline make no sense.
The X-frame, bro, is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
What's his name? Joan something? Joe?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who y'all talking about.
It's like Johan Perellis.
Yeah, Johan. It's
Johan.
J-O-A-N Perellis or some shit like that. Spanish kid.
Yeah.
I'll try and pull him up on Instagram.
He's crazy.
Dude,
yeah,
he's insane.
He looks nuts.
Doug, you've never heard of him? Wait till you see this dude. Dude.
I probably seen him. I just can't think right now.
Yeah, it was fucking
Nutty,
nuts,
bro.
dude.
Come on. Man, I can't wait for Tampa, bro. I cannot lie.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'm trying to finesse my way down there. Y'all said from the 5th through the 9th, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a Wednesday.
Finesse it.
Oh, that's a great question.
No, was Ben supposed to come on? He already came on.
Yeah, he just texted me. He said he can't actually get on tonight.
Oh, damn.
All right, here we go. Oh, dead air. It's fucked up too because when I share the screen, my microphone lags like crazy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We're on episode 52.
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
It is. That's why I'm like, what the fuck?
Look at that shit.
Jeez.
Bro, his front relaxed, his front double. Yo, go to the video.
Good looking kid too.
Go to
that video.
Bodybuilders Without Borders or whatever.
Oh, Borders.
They posted a video of his like individual, I think.
Yeah, that kid's fucking nuts.
He's gonna be, dude. If he can get, I know we say this a lot about a lot of different people, but if he can get the back to match the front, and if he can get in shape, he was gonna go very far, bro. I'm pretty sure he used to be a powerlifter or something. Like he's new to bodybuilding.
Which is nuts to even fucking think.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, because this is Mexico.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Carries black ass.
Dude, he looked better.
He's just too dark.
There. Yeah, he looked better there than fucking the Olympia.
Keep going. It's gonna come up soon. Yeah,
there
it is. Look at these lines, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I'm happy he did well too, because it was funny. I don't know if y'all saw Fuad's podcast before this show, but they gave him mad shit because they were like, "Oh, he's fat as fuck." Da 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 da. And granted, he's not in great shape, especially from the back, but he's super impressive from the front, bro.
Yeah.
Like he when I was watching the stream, he's got the best physique from the front in the show for sure.
Yeah,
like that's got to come up a little.
Tighten up. He just needs to tighten up his posterior.
Yeah, and that lower body from the back too is way down.
Mm-hmm.
But them quads are nuts.
Because you know, man, I always be explaining to people too. I'm glad I learned this early in my bodybuilding career. But when you notice it, most people who have soft backsides, they don't train their posterior like they train the anterior.
Well, that's the
literally
thing.
That's literally like it. Like you just
This is the thing. Your biggest muscle groups get leanest easier.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you hold the most muscle is going to be the most striated and it's going to be the most shredded. So like for me, like my torso, that's why like I always get really good striations like my back and my Christmas tree and my chest and stuff like that, because that's where I hold my most tissue. And my glutes are so goddamn small, they come in, but I gotta fucking grind to bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So wherever you carry the most tissue is usually where you're going to be like the hardest.
Yeah, because I never understood that early in my bodybuilding career when Gary used to say my back needed to catch up with my front. And I used to say, what the fuck does that mean? You know, but then in my years of competing, I see it every bodybuilding show. Somebody will be lights out from the front and they turn around and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, if you could just get that back to match the front, you're all in. But that isn't an easy fucking thing to do, like literally.
No, it's not. And we all have those
that's the thing. You could say it all you want, but it's hard as fuck to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like growing these fucking arms, bro. I don't know what I gotta do.
You and me both. And I hate training arms. I do not like training arms. I don't like the bicep burn. Tricep burn, I could take it all day. Bicep, no.
I'm the same way. And I don't know, like, I think I get in my head a little bit. Like when the bicep gets really, 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 really tight.
Yeah.
And like then it goes to the extended position. I always get nervous that something's gonna tear.
Tear. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate training biceps. I don't mind training triceps, but I hate training biceps.
Same.
It's just not fun.
No.
And the calves are never gonna come up, man.
I mean, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing, bro.
I chalked my shit up, bro.
We suffer from the black man curse, bro. We got high calves. It don't fucking matter how big them shits get. They gonna be high and they gonna look real.
Yeah.
I got that black in me too, bro. I ain't never gonna go calves, bro.
That makes all four of us.
Man, shit, yeah. Because when I see like Flex Lewis and I see his fucking calves, I be like, bro, your shit go to your ankles. Like how?
Yeah.
Like how do your
Justin
calves
Shire
go to your fucking ankles? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shire.
I see people who have calves and I'm just like, fuck off.
Bro, let me tell you a black man who got crazy calves though.
Who?
Q.
Yeah, Quinn has crazy.
Quinn has
bro,
nuts. Cast.
I saw them. I was with him out in Vegas. I met him at New Tech, and they like pop off his fucking shins, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, black dudes are not supposed to. That's supposed to be the one thing you don't have, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Not even fair, bro.
Yeah.
Is the problem I can't wear tapered pants because my shit looks like turd.
No, bro, me neither. I look like I'm walking on fucking toothpicks, bro.
There's a picture when I was training with Aaron Dawson years ago. It went viral on Bleacher Report. I was wearing gym shorts that come below my knees. So I looked like when I say it looked like I had sticks for legs, my homies was in the comment section arguing with me. Like, go to his page. He got legs. He trains legs. It didn't matter. Standing next to Aaron Donald, I had a nice upper body, but my legs looked like twigs, bro.
Yeah. I do not wear long shorts and low cut sneakers.
No, I can't wear low cut sneakers, bro. You will never catch me.
Funny.
You will never catch me in ankle socks either, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You won't.
And I used to wear ankle socks a lot when I was in high school. You won't catch me wearing them now.
For sure.
Yeah. I need them socks that go up my ankles so my cover that little space before my
right to the bottom of the calf, bro. Right where the calf starts, that's where my sock can stop, man.
This is gonna be the mid sock like calf crew when we come to Florida.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nah, bro, I don't care how hot it is out. I'm rocking pants.
Oh yeah, I wear sweats too now. You won't catch me in the gym wearing shorts unless they're short shorts where you can see my quads.
That's what I'm saying. If I ain't got the quads to back it up to show my legs are big as fuck, I'm not wearing shorts.
Oh, that is hilarious. What other shows are coming up? Anything coming up this weekend? Prom. That's right. Bro. Someone just jumped in it. Who else just jumped in it?
Samson.
Yeah.
Samson, Martin, and Keon. Dude.
That's crazy.
Dude. Samson's got way too much to lose on this.
What if Keon wins?
That's what I was about to say.
That's my point.
Because he's a bodybuilder. He's just going into the open. So
this is my point. Your stock is gonna fucking plummet if you're Samson. Like,
I don't think his stock plummets. I just think that Keon becomes
the next one.
The next.
He becomes the talk.
I'm gonna tell you this: if he wins that, they'll start talking about Derek might not go on a run.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because now that's the next thing. That's the only thing Derek got to do. Line up 2 or 3 in a row. He line up 2 or 3 in a row.
Okay, so answer these questions. Is Keon better than Derek now? Is Keon better than Hadi now? Or Andrew?
I'm biased.
No. Shape-wise.
No.
Yes.
I like Keon's look better than Derek.
I don't think Keon's
I think he has a better like physique. But what he presented at the Olympia versus what they did, he ain't touching them yet.
Agreed.
Well, I don't even think he would have beaten Martin. I don't even think he would have.
Yeah, what he brought to the Olympia, bro. I don't know. I joked about like Sean, but he beat Sean. But the fact that Sean pushed him like he did, is he wouldn't have even been top 5 in the Open.
But you got to remember though, Sean is very polished,
for sure.
And to him standing next to Tonio, I saw in one of them pictures. He doesn't look 180 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. But I think it's just, will it be a talk if Keon wins? 100%. But then you, like I just said, you start to think about matching up against those top 3 that were this year.
I wouldn't think that he would come in and beat Derek right away. But if he wins, I would say Derek ain't got that much motherfucking time.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
2 years, maybe.
I don't think Keon has to win, but if Keon can beat Martin, then we at least have a conversation about, okay, how long does it take Keon to
win the Open?
Win the Open, yeah. But I mean, if he comes in there and places behind Samson and Martin, it's like, well,
So how do you feel about the taller bodybuilders when it comes to stuff like that? Because I do feel like,
we should talk
just
about
my
that.
opinion, Andrew Jack looked phenomenal to me.
Let me say something because I want to. So my brother was out in Vegas with us, and he knows bodybuilding, but he's more of a casual, and he's a tall dude. He's like 6'2", 6'3". So he always prefers a bigger, more impressive physique because it's more impressive in person, right? When you see taller
you got more of
bodybuilders
a
in
frame to
person,
fill out.
it's way more like whoa, right?
Yeah.
So he was like from jump when Andrew walked out, he's like, that looks like Mr. Olympia to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I wouldn't either.
And I do agree. And I think it was Lee Haney and then Regan made a video on it.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's been talking about, getting rid of the 212 and whatever. I think, honestly, that they had a point. Instead of weight classes, I'd much prefer to see height classes. Like, I'd much prefer to see, like, 5'5" and under, and then the rest.
But then isn't that basically 212 now?
No, because
I'm considered tall for 212.
No, because it's not. Because
I'm 5'6" 3/4. I'm considered tall for 212. I was told that.
Yeah, like that's crazy though. Like I do like a Samson and Andrew physique and a Hottie and Derek and Nick physique. They're very different things.
That's what I mean. Like, how do you which is my question is how does that make you feel as a taller bodybuilder, right? And I always tell people, to me, the taller bodybuilders that do fill out their frame, they look better to me.
Yeah.
Because you are fucking massive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that does take more work to build on a frame like that.
Who becomes Mr. Olympia then? Let's say we go with this. What's the height cutoff and what it becomes Mr. Olympia?
That's the thing. You got to determine the height cutoff. It's like, I guess Derek's what, 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like it would have to be like maybe over 5'6". And I don't know.
5'7".
So like, yeah.
5'7" and under.
Yeah. Something like that. Because like I don't know. Those types of physiques that are at least 5'9" are the generational talent type of physiques. Like Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates.
You ever seen the list of how tall all the Olympia winners are?
No, I haven't
the
like looked at it.
One, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been floating around and I've seen it. I think the tallest one was Ronnie.
Yeah, he's 5'11".
I think he was the tallest one to ever win it.
But like, you're never gonna get guys that are like 6 foot plus, because this isn't a tall man's game, if we're being real.
Yeah.
But like, I'm tall for a bodybuilder. I'm just under 6 foot, 5'11". I'm not like walking around like some basketball player. I'm not a tall human being.
Yeah.
I'm tall for a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider like 5'9" to be like the perfect height for bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Anything over that I would consider on the taller side, and anything under that on the shorter side.
Fuck you, Mike.
Right? But like, when you look at those like Arnold and like I said, Dorian and Nasser and Ronnie and even Jay is 5'9".
Yeah,
Right?
Jay's 5'9".
Like these are guys like you don't get like, dude, Derek is so good, right? And like we had a like a posing seminar thing for the Hurricane Pro at the gym on Thursday night, and he put out like it was like a meet and greet to like meet the pros, and he had like his trophy collection at the front, and it was the craziest thing, bro. It was the 212 Olympia, 2 Open Olympias, Arnold Classic title, Mr. USA title, Pittsburgh Pro, just like laid out. Guys won everything there is to win. But no one's looking at him like an all-time great.
Mm-hmm.
Because a physique at 5'6" It's just not as like, I don't know the word, like demanding.
I
No, I
catch
get
it.
what
Like,
you mean. Because
Yeah.
if
you
if
feel
you're
me?
looking at overall size, right? Bodybuilding is supposed to be the bigger bodybuilder that has the best conditioning. And if you go by that criteria, it should have been Andrew Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because that was the best condition I've ever seen him.
for
Oh, for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, I've never seen
I'm
him
happy. I'm
conditioning.
happy he at least got rewarded with third. I
Yeah,
had him in second personally. And I would have been mad if he won.
Mm-hmm.
no,
But
neither.
That's how I felt. I
but
felt like, in my opinion, if you flip a coin, Andrew Jack, Hottie, Derek.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it could have went either way, in my opinion.
Here's a
yeah.
question. Do you think if Samson was on like he was last year, do you think it would have went 1 and 2 with Samson and Andrew? Possibly.
I don't know.
damn.
I think there would have been a hell of a lot more comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think Andrew could have finished
It's
higher.
very hard.
yeah.
That's a hard.
I mean,
I know it's a hard question, but I started thinking about it, and I'm like, if Samson was on, would Andrew have finished second?
yeah.
Would it have bumped like? Would it have bumped like Derek or Hottie out?
That's a valid
The 3
question.
or 4. Like
That's
I
a
don't know.
valid question for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one to answer.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean,
You
this
can't
is
think
one of the
about it
reasons-
because Samson missed the mark, so it is what it
Right.
is.
and
Yeah, but that's
why
what's
I
crazy,
love
right? That's what's crazy
bodybuilding.
is he missed the mark and because he was small, and dude was still 296.
And that's the thing, right? And I tell people, we're all experimenting with our bodies. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? Like, we're all trying to figure out what helps us look the best for the day that we compete.
yeah,
And sometimes we see it at the highest level. Sometimes you hit the mark, sometimes you don't.
yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking nuts to think about that.
Okay, so if we had the under 5'7" Olympia and over 5'7", who's Mr. Olympia?
Keon.
Well, no, I mean, who gets
No, the
who
big
gets the
boys.
title?
No, out
Who
of
gets
the
the
big
title?
boys,
Or no, actually,
I
what
would
I
say
would
Andrew.
do, no, what I would do is there be one,
Short versus tall.
and the winner of each competes, and then there's
Short
one
versus
Mr.
tall.
Olympia.
And I would
Why
just
don't they
call
do
that
that
the
with the
peak with.
212 then?
Huh?
Why don't they do that with the 212 versus the open then?
See, and
I
I
think
feel
they
like
should.
that.
I personally think they should get rid of 212 because personally, I think it's stupid. If I wanted to, Mike, you played ball, right?
Yeah.
Let me guess. The biggest reason you couldn't go pro. I mean, there's a couple reasons, but a big one is probably the fact you're 5'9".
Exactly, for sure.
You don't get to play in the 5'9" league and NBA. There's no
Yeah,
you don't
5'9"
know.
NBA.
That's
He
true.
could be Muggsy Bogues.
No, my point is that like for some reason in bodybuilding, and obviously I know the reason it's money. They want people
Yeah.
to enter contests, but like we fucking okay, Sean Clarita, everyone. If Sean Clarita was 5'9", he'd be the best bodybuilder in the world. But guess what? Homeboy's 4'11", so he's not.
Yeah.
Right? And that sucks, but that's the cards he was dealt. You could be nice as fuck at basketball or football, but if you're 5'6", 185 pounds, I promise you're not going pro. And there's not a backup league for the small guys.
Yeah.
There's one
That's
league
true.
for the best guys. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because this is the thing about 212 and open, it's the one thing, like you look at classic and physique, 212 and open are the two divisions that have the exact same criteria. They're just different weights.
Well, yeah, because
heights.
think about it, the 212 is for the
Bodybuilding.
shorter bodybuilders.
It's just
And remember,
short
like I told you,
bodybuilding.
because I didn't know that until I started competing as a pro.
Yeah.
And I was told specifically by a judge, I'm tall for the division.
Yeah.
Literally. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn,
5'6".
I'm only 5'6". How I'm tall.
Yeah.
But then when you go and you see some of these
Yeah.
212 guys, they're 5'1",
Yeah.
4'11". And in New
But-
York, there was one guy, if I'm not mistaken, he was like 4'7".
But like that's my point is there should only be one bodybuilding division. And if you're really good and you're short, like a Keon or a Sean, you'll still have a career.
Because that's like Lee Priest, Lee
Yeah,
Labrada.
exactly. Like
I
Sean
get
just
you.
did a pro show and took third.
Yeah.
Right. And that's great. You made some money. You know what I mean?
Back then, there was only one division.
That's how it should be, in my opinion, because it doesn't make sense. Like then you get this whole thing of like it's the same. It's the same thing just for short guys, which is like that's just like that's like watching like basketball or like short people play basketball. Like what's you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to watch real basketball before short people playing basketball. Like it
because
don't
when
even
you
make
think
sense.
about it, you know, Sean Clarita basically maxed out his frame at 180 pounds, and then you have Samson Dauda, who hasn't maxed out his frame,
and he's 300 pounds.
300 pounds, like
like I hate to break it to you, Sean, but there's no world you're gonna beat a guy like that. But that's tough shit, bro. You know what I mean? It's tough shit being 4'11" and a man. That sucks
All right,
already.
but let me play devil's advocate. Then why do we have weight classes in fighting?
In fighting,
yeah,
to level the playing field a little more, as far as like that's more like combat, bro. Like
yeah, but it's leveling the playing field.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's
It's leveling the playing field for smaller guys.
Yeah, but more for the sense of like, yo, fucking super heavyweight homeboy could kill this guy if they fought. Like,
yeah, but same thing.
You know
Sam's gonna kill. Sam's
no, I mean
kill
like
Sean
actually. I mean like actually take somebody's life.
I know what you mean.
I don't mean like hit him with a front double bicep. I mean like actually take his life if he hits him with an uppercut. You know. And still, bro, at the end of the day, like, who are the guys that like? I'm a very casual fighting fan, but like, who are the guys that are the legends in the sport? They're not the fucking welterweights. It's John Jones and the big boys, bro.
I mean, you go into boxing and it's all across the board, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can't argue this that well because, like I said, I'm not versed enough in fighting to understand. But
then, hold on, though. But this is a good argument because where would it put guys like Derek and Keon and Hadi? Because guess where they started? They started in the 212.
Same thing.
Well, but Derek's a perfect example. He's good enough to win the whole thing.
Yeah, but he wasn't at the beginning. He wasn't at the beginning.
So guess what? Pay your fucking dues.
Yeah,
I don't get, bro. I'm a tall guy. It takes time for me to build the tissue. I don't get a class to jump into while I build the tissue and then go.
Hey, I'm 5'11". You don't need to tell me that too.
Exactly. So why do the short guys get one? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but I also like the fact that, like, what's the name of homeboy that won Texas in 212 this year?
Lucas,
right? Like, that is a phenomenal physique.
Oh, for sure.
But if you put him in open, that physique might get buried to third callouts in a lot of shows.
I wouldn't say third callouts. He's not going to be an Olympian. He's not going to be an Olympian.
He's not going to be an Olympian, right?
But
like, I want to see that physique compete again. I want to see that physique like compete. I don't want to see that physique in second callouts all the time. So I personally do enjoy seeing him compete against other guys his size.
I
think what you're saying, and I agree. But like, it does give a lot.
But this is okay. Then they have to change the weight class back to either 202 or lower because, like, look, for example, right? I was watching the 212 prejudging when I was out there, and like you got like that Nihak kid, okay? Yeah. And he's gonna be so good. He's gonna be so good. What did he weigh? 211.
Yeah, he's maxed out.
Oh, so guess what? Now the only way he's actually gonna be so good is if he does what? Goes to open. So all these guys just graduate to open. So if like that Lucas dude is like, I haven't met him in person, but the way his limb lengths look, he looks like he's borderline midget, right?
Yeah.
So like that's one of those guys that, okay, he's probably well under the cap, which means for people like him, okay, scale it back. But the thing is, dude, even the 212 Olympia, what did Keon made what 30 grand less this year? They're generating no money because no one cares.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, well, they're just waiting for Keon to go to the open, and then they're gonna wait for Nihad to go to the open, and then they're gonna wait for so-and-so to go to the open. So then what's the point?
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's a
Like,
good point.
like that Lucas dude, like, I agree with you. I want to see him, but he's good enough that he's still going to be a good pro. He's just not going to be a perennial Olympian winning any show he enters. He's going to be a second call out, and in a lineup where some guys are off, he might sneak into a first call out. Probably won't ever win a pro show, but he'll be in the mix here and there, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, you're still going to see his physique on stage.
Yeah, but we know second call out guys nobody gives a fuck about really when they review shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but like,
especially at the pro level, third call out,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's like,
but bro, okay, tying it back to basketball, bro. I love watching Nate Robinson play ball.
for sure.
He was a dog,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He could only go so far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still got out there and he still won dunk contests and he still, put on crazy performances and had crazy games and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And people still took notice.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's like the Derricks and the Hotties, right? Like,
No, the Derricks and the Hotties are the best in the world, bro.
Yeah,
that'd be like Nate Robinson winning an MVP.
I don't know if it's quite the same as that, but I get what you're saying.
Derrick just won Mr. Olympia 2 times. What you mean?
No, I'm saying like Nate Robinson is the exception. Derrick's the exception.
Yeah, short people in the NBA are the exception. I get
okay. Yes. Okay, yes.
So,
but I don't even know if I would say Derrick is the exception because the second place dude is Hottie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hottie, Derrick, they're the exceptions that come up to 12 and are that good. They're like the Nate Robinsons that can play in the league and carve out a career, but not everyone.
When was the last time you saw somebody? Yeah, it's like when was the last time you saw somebody at Derrick and Hottie's level from the 212 come up and win the Olympia or be top 5? You haven't.
We've never seen that.
Yeah,
it's rare.
So I get it. You make a great fucking
you make
argument.
A good point, Luke. And I wouldn't be a sour puss if they got rid of the 212 and forced everybody to compete in the open. Because as you guys know, like I'm phasing my way out of the 212. I'm gonna give myself one more shot at that Masters in 2027 because I want that.
Good.
You understand? But everybody knows the money's in open, and I like to compete and travel. So and I keep in mind too, I'm still improving in my early 40s. So as long as I'm improving and I'm getting better, I'm gonna keep competing. I may not ever win another show again. I don't give a fuck. Because the people who gonna talk shit, I look better than them. So I don't be giving a fuck. Like anybody.
You're an Olympian. You're an Olympian.
Yeah, I look better than anybody who got anything to say about me. You know what I'm saying? Because the people in our arena that do what we do, they not hating and talking down on us. We all respect what we do, unless you have a personal problem with somebody. And I don't have no personal quarrels with no bodybuilders.
Yeah. No, I think you bring up a good point, Luke, and I don't disagree. I've been saying it for a while. All roads lead to open if you want to keep improving.
Yeah.
But I
think it shows, like I said, with what the fans want to see. Like Keon says he's doing Prague, which is a fucking random pro show. And people were more excited than watching him at the 212 Olympia.
Yeah,
that's a
fact.
fact.
You
know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if like you want to talk about dollars, it's like, how about you take all that 212 money and pour even more into the open and force all these guys to go and make it a real big thing,
Yeah.
I bet you more people get more excited, Because honestly, if you keep it a buck, like outside of the top 6 to 7 212 guys, there's still tons of great athletes, but a lot of fans don't even know who they are.
That's true. That's true.
It doesn't get the coverage because a lot of fans don't care as much because you're talking about, you've got Keon, Sean, Nihat, Lucas, Angel, Kareth, fucking Courage was up there this year.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't even know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Did you see he was tall?
Yeah.
For the division.
But he was under muscled though.
Yeah.
Right?
And
yeah.
it's really sad.
Right on his cat.
it's really sad too because out of the four men's division, like classic, open, 212 in men's physique, 212 gets the shit under the stick and they're getting the least coverage.
How do you think Breon's going to do coming to the 212?
I mean,
I think, I want to say this. I think he
should have done it a while ago.
I think he got shafted in his placings in the classic. I think he looked really good, and he ended up in like
he did. But
like
that's why I say too. That's why I say too, man. It comes down to what the judges want. When I hear a judge say, "I like this physique over that one," to me, that doesn't mean that you're grading it with a criteria. That's your personal opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know how he went from fucking. He's been a lock in top 5 in classic the last like fucking 8 years, and then he goes from 5. He goes from 5 to 12.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't understand it either.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But
I feel like somebody like him, somebody should have said, "Hey, don't compete this year."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What about this? Is a division I've been waiting on. What if we got rid of 212 and we added in men's fitness?
Oh, hell no, bro! Come on.
What are you talking about?
So what would men's fitness be like?
Talk about gymnastics.
Men's fitness would be like they come out looking like classic physique, but then they go and they're doing like double backflips. They're doing all that shit.
Men's gymnastics.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yo, Luke, your faces be fucking hilarious.
Where the fuck are you going with this? Who are you?
Because this motherfucker talking about men's.
I'm talking about you. What?
Have you
what this motherfucker for real talking about?
Is he serious?
I'm trying to look at him like, is he smiling?
Have you ever watched an Olympic floor routine by the men?
Yeah.
And they're doing like
but this is the thing, Mike. This is okay. I'll rock with women's fitness because it's OG, right?
Yeah.
It's OG. And I got respect for them because it's like the hardest shit to do. But real shit, it's not what we do. It's a different thing. So it's just jacked gymnastics.
Ironically, though, Luke, I could see them trying to do some shit like that.
I probably could too, though.
Yeah,
but like that doesn't mean.
I can guarantee you they're gonna do it.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and tell Mike, like, yo, that's a great idea, bro.
I don't think it's a good idea.
It's more entertaining than watching dudes do the same pose over and over again.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not arguing whether or not it's entertaining or not. It's a dick. Like, I personally think if they did that, they should, and they should take men's and women's fitness and start a new federation. Because this, under something else, like they have different shows, because like you come to a bodybuilding show, you come to watch guys stand up there and flex in their underwear. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You don't come to watch dudes do backflips and somersaults, right?
I mean, they have the physique round. They have the physique round.
But dude, literally, the physique round counts for less than half.
Yes, a third.
A third, bro. So you're talking about 60. You're talking about 67% of your placing comes from how you flip and split and jump. That's not bodybuilding.
I mean, you got to build your body to do it.
No, not really, because if you could be mediocre, bro. You could have a mediocre physique and smoke everybody in the fucking whatever it's called flip round, and fucking win. You could win.
Missy Trescott was not shit.
Missy Trescott was so good, and her physique stood out that much that she went. Honestly, I don't think she got first call out this year, but she moved out of that division because her physique was just too good. They were like, "What are you doing there?"
Yeah. So let's see that in men's. I want to see an elite physique that can do like a double backflip.
But that's a little bit. First of all, hold on. First of all, I'm gonna say this. First of all, that's a little bit gay. Second of all,
hold on.
Hey,
second of all,
it's coming.
Go out there and wave up in the thong. We ain't even gonna.
Second of all, keep it a buck though. Keep it a. Yes, bodybuilding is gay. Bodybuilding is gay. We've talked about that, but it's gay to outwardly say, "I want to see a guy get up there and do a backflip."
You want to see a guy go up there and flex.
Hold on,
no.
no. Hold on, no. Let me make my other point.
We gotta clip this. We gotta.
Let me make my other point because I got a fantasy basketball draft in 5 minutes. So let me make
that's horrible. Skip fantasy basketball is trash.
Fuck you. Let me make my
playing
other
3
point.
years in a row is horrible. It's horrible.
Nah, that shit's
There's
fun
no
as hell.
strategy.
Shut the fuck up. Let me make my other point. Hold on. My other point is women are gonna be able to do that because just of the muscle mass that they're able to carry. You're not gonna get a guy. If the guys that would be doing that are gonna look like swimsuit models, bro, it's gonna be real sus. You're not gonna get a dude that looks like us ever doing a backflip.
You're not gonna get guys like in the Olympics doing this shit.
And don't sit there and say Andrew does the splits. Do not say that.
I'm saying I want somebody who has
I was gonna say it.
Somebody who has carrying classic physique muscle absolutely can do gymnastics. For sure.
Bro, they're gonna get hurt left and fucking right.
Train for it. Absolutely not.
Bro, yes, they will.
No.
They're gonna be tearing fucking muscles every step that they take.
No.
You know what's funny? ACL was bad.
I tore my calf trying to race my son about 6 years ago.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, that was the last time I tried to.
This motherfucker was running, not doing a backflip.
If you're training, if you're functionally training every day and not just doing this squat, deadlift, then your muscles adapt to that. It's
not if you're 250 pounds lean body mass, no chance.
If you take a bodybuilder right now and tell him to do a backflip, of course he's gonna get hurt. But if you take a bodybuilder and strip him down to 220 and then say work on your flexibility and mobility for 2 years, he's not gonna tear something when he goes up there and does it.
When he's depleted and dehydrated?
Why don't we see the girls tearing everything then?
First of all, a lot of them do get hurt. Second of all, because there's a big difference between 130 pounds lean body mass and 250 pounds.
The joints are still built up to it. You're doing this. You're practicing the same stuff on the same joints and the same tendons.
You for real think that though? You for real think you're gonna? You for real think that you're gonna see muscle bound men bodybuilders be able to do backflips and somersaults and be chilling?
I'm not talking about a 5'11", 270-pound physique. I'm talking about a 5'11", 220-pound physique.
All I know is a couple of years ago, when I was like 250 in my off season, it was the last time I ever tried to play ball because I tried to hit somebody with a crossover and my knee almost fell out my asshole, bro. So there's no way I'm doing fucking somersault, bro. All right, I gotta go, bro. I love you all.
All right,
love you too, big dog.
Fancy basketball's whack as fuck. I played for 3 years. You're wasting your time.
Nah, it's mad fun. I'll holler at you.
We almost at what? What time is it? It's 9 o'clock.
We gotta hop off here anyways.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed myself. I gotta get up early in the morning. I've been taking my daughter to the gym at 5 in the morning, training her and my wife. My daughter's in high school now. So just trying to help her get stronger. She's playing varsity sports. She's playing varsity soccer this year. I can't believe my daughter's in fucking high school. You know what I'm saying? It's like I started going to the gym at 5 in the morning when I found out my wife was pregnant with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's surreal to still be doing it 14 years later and being able to introduce my daughter to discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny, like she be having an attitude every fucking time, but I don't care no more at this point. You know, I read a quote that one of the issues that most parents make when it comes to kids is they give their kids choices. And as an adult, sometimes that's hard, but you can't give your kids choices if you want them to be successful. Because we have experience in life, you know, and we all know what ultimately works is discipline. Motivation fades. You ain't always going to want to work out. You ain't always going to want to go to work. But when you become an adult, you always have to do things you don't like to do in order to get the result. So, you know, just trying to teach my daughter that now is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Because she's already seeing results from just staying consistent. I can't wait to see what she's going to be like as a senior. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's great that she's on varsity already.
Yeah. Varsity soccer and basketball starts. Varsity basketball. She's only a freshman, bro, but she athletic. Listen, you know what's so crazy? Real quick. I call her my miracle child. because that was the spark to my fitness journey. And from the moment she could walk and talk, she always wanted to play sports. I remember when my son was playing football, you know, typically your girl, you be like, you want to cheerlead? I remember asking if she wanted cheerlead. She looked at me like, no, I want a helmet and shoulder pads. I want to play football. I'm like, oh, I can't let you play football. But now she plays flag football, and she's one of the best girls on her team as a freshman.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it rubbed off on her, but she's the reason why I even became who I am today, man. And it's just pure joy. I told her I get excited in the morning now. Like I haven't had this excitement in years. You know what I'm saying?
That's nothing like being a girl dad.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Straight up, man. But I appreciate you guys, man. Love you guys. I love doing this fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Mike just said this today.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's fun. I can't believe it's been over a year, like
I know.
A year and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. Like
fucking three OGs too.
Yes, indeed. Sure. All right, man. You guys enjoy your night, man. I'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you guys.
All right, fellas.
Later.
Peace.